Hello everyone. Today we are in a Cessna 172 at Skiathos in Greece, and this is a second part of my colleague from Vatstar's, my colleagues from Vatstar reenactment of his real check ride, real PPL check ride. So we'll get a briefing and then we'll be on our way from Skiathos to Megara Airport, and then possibly back to our original destination, which was Tatoi. So stay tuned, and let's start the briefing.
So it seems that everybody is here, correct? Yep.
Yep, quite a turn up.
You? Yes.
Should we wait a little bit more for someone who might be late?
Depends on you, but I believe it's he wanted to, not to really exceed some time, so depends.
Yeah. Anyway, just to fill up the void time, last Sunday, it was the anniversary that I went through my PPL Checkride quite a few years ago. And we tried to, let's say, simulate, reenact this flight. It was a three-leg flight. Of course, because we spent quite some time explaining the differences and all the rules that is going to be applicable to the flight, we didn't have the time to actually complete all the three legs. And it would be very much optimistic to actually expect so. But so we did only the first leg from Tatoi, Lima Golf Tango Tango to Skiathos, Lima Golf Sierra Kilo. So now we can take this opportunity to do the rest of the flights. So we're going to depart from Skiathos, and our next stop is going to be the airport of Megara. Uh, Lima Golf, Mike Golf. Now, since we are going to uh, fly in Greece, we need to be aware of the Greek AIB, Aeronautical Information publication. Uh, it's freely available, but you have to create an account. So this is the real thing. This is the AIS, and this is effectively the AIP, and I have all the information available in routes, VFR, aerodromes, etc. Now, since you don't have to create an account just for this flight, if you want for in general, feel free so. I'm going to also use the following uh, website, which is Vatsim Greece. I'm going to post it on the group chat or the child chat so that you can take it, hvacc.org. Uh, so if you follow that, you will come here to airport briefing. So you see a big map of Greece. The airport that you are going to depart from is Skiathos. And here you can find all the relevant information uh, that is for the departure airport, including VFR information and charts. So these are the usual IFR charts plus at the bottom the VFR chart. Now, I might switch to the official Greek AIP whenever there is missing information because VATSIM Greece doesn't have all the information that we might require. The last time we went into much detail about uh, what applies in uh, Athens FIR in terms of specific rules, airspaces, etc. I'm going to try to give a summary of last time. So, one thing that you need to remember is that the classification of airspaces are almost the same. They try to use the EASA classification, yet there are a lot of exceptions that are usually defined inside the aerodrome's plates. And also, one thing that you will be very clear as a difference is that how the airspace is organized. So let's go to en route charts. And here you will see you see an overview of the airspaces and the airways. Now, whenever you see green, that means that this is a designated airspace. And as you can see, also the rule is that all designated airspaces are at least class Delta, and they are usually assigned to the major airport of the area as a TMA, Terminal Metropolitan Area, which means that this area is controlled by this airport. Hence, we have the TMA of Athens, we have the TMA of Araxos, so this is the one TMA. We have one TMA for Kalamata, and as you can see, there isn't much space that is without marking of green color. Why this is significant? The What we know from the FAA and the US environment where VFR is free, we can take off and fly wherever we want, applies only to wherever you don't see a TMA. But as you can see, TMAs are everywhere. Hence, the VFR are restricted when you need to fly inside the VFR TMA. You need to follow specific VFR routes with specific altitudes and headings. So there is not many options on what you're going to select as your route. So that is the general idea that I wanted to pass. Uh, we talked in more details last time. I don't know if you want also to go in more details this time. Switching back to an example. So this is the TMA of the area that is dominated by the airport of Skathos. Hence, it is marked as is, and we also see the border how which TMAs at the borders of this one. So to the east we have the Spyros TMA, to the south Tanagra TMA, to the north it's Thessaloniki TMA, and to the west is Nea Hialos, which is not just a TMA, it's a military TMA. Also, you see that these lines are what we say VFR routes, and they are mandatory. Also, you have to follow specific altitudes. In this case, here the example between Ibidi and Tevico is under 3,500. Usually, whenever you see VFR points at the edges of a TMA, that also belongs to the other side, to the other TMA, in order to continue your route when you are crossing a TMA. Now, another thing that you need to understand is every airport has a CTR. So this is the Skiathos CTR, which is effectively the class the class C airspace, and then you have the inner cycle, which effectively is the ATZ, air terminal zone. It means that you cannot go in without speaking to the tower, effectively. Uh, Whenever you fly in a TMA or Class C or Class B, you need to communicate and get clearance, even if you fly VFR. You don't need to get clearance when you uh, depart VFR and airport. So you don't say requesting VFR clearance to something. You just confirm that the flight plan is visible. Now in VATSIM, I don't know if this is going to be simulated. Uh, Yet, if I leave Skiathos and I go to Levko and I'm going to switch to Tanagra, I have to speak to Tanagra and say requesting clearance to enter TMA. Again, I'm not so sure if this is going to be simulated in VATSIM today, because I see that we are going to have ATC online, but nevertheless, we are going to be flexible.
So,
So,
question, you're
yeah,
saying that if you're even if you're cleared for the route, you still need to ask for clearance to enter another TMA.
yes. So you don't get clearance for the flight plan.
Okay,
You get clearance for the airspace.
okay, okay, good.
Okay. So when you are filing so I was going in- for me to submit my flight plan. I go to the tower, give the paper. They put I think now it has become online. But anyway, they typed it in the flight plan. Flight plan is mandatory, not for controlling, but mostly for traffic avoidance and search and rescue. So you cannot take off without a flight plan. But on your first communication with the tower or the ground, you don't say requesting clearance, VFR clearance. You say confirm you have my flight plan. Yes, we have your flight plan. Requesting taxi.
Hmm.
And the controller that received your flight plan has already put it on the system, so the rest they know. But that doesn't mean that you are allowed to go into their space.
Okay,
Any other question?
so we just request a taxi in that case because
Yes,
after we
yes.
filed on
But
flight plan. Okay,
we have to file a flight plan.
yes. Okay, continue.
Now, if there are no questions in general, let's focus on the trip that we're going to do today. So, just to give an overview, uh, uh, Sky Vector does not have good sectional for this area. It just have some generics, but it will give you an idea of our route. So this is the Skiathos TMA. We're going to cross Skiathos TMA at this point, and from that point on, uh, yep, we are going to enter the Tanagra TMA. Tanagra TMA is a military TMA. The biggest airport is here, Tanagra, which is the biggest airport with all fighter wings uh, responsible for the defense of the Aegean. We're going to cross Evia, and and then we're going to go over that lake. I will explain. Uh, doesn't have the names here because effectively the routes that I'm going to show you later try to put you away from the CTR of Tanagra. We don't want to get uh, encountered by Rafale or F-22. And then we are going to go into this point, which is a point to enter the Athens TMA, and we're going to land into Megara. Megara is also a military airport, but it is hosting uh, civil general aviation. And actually, the military units here are for search and rescue only, special transportation, and firefighting. So it's not high security, and that's why general aviation is very welcome here. Then from that point, we're going to do a full stop landing, if to recreate what happened in real to me, and then we're going to follow another route that is going to send us through Salamina to Aegina, going into the old airport of Athens. Now it's closed. We're going to fly above Acropolis and finally land to Tatoi Airport, Lima Golf Tango Tango, which is also a military airport uh, hosting general aviation. This airport is the base of the Air Force Flight Academy. So all the first year cadets live and get trained here on Cessna's 152 and 172 before they transition into jet fighters and they move either to Tanagra or another unit. So this is more or less the route that we're going to follow. Now, how we're going to follow them on more detail. So, as I said, this is the departure and this is the TMA that we're going to depart from. If we go back to HVACC airport briefing, we are going to click home. We know that we're going to go into Tanagra TMA, so we click on Tanagra Airport and we go to charts and we go and take the VFR routes of uh, the Tanagra TMA. And here we see the routes that we need to select one of them to follow for our trip. And finally, we go again to the map and we select Athens and charts, VFR chart. And here we see the VFR chart plus the VFR routes that we are going to have to select from. So these are the three uh, charts that we are going to use today. It will be good if all of you have opened them. I'm going to pause for the time being and wait for you to say, okay, let's move forward. We have the charts.
Before you do that, before when you are waiting, can I ask like en route
Sure.
question? Uh,
Sure.
if there are like different altitudes on different segments, when do we change? After passing the VRP or before that?
You try to do that a little bit before.
Okay, so let's say that we are going from Lefko to Mandodi, that's 3,500, and then from
Yeah.
Mandodi to Malesina, it's 6,500. So when? It's like
Yes.
3,000 feet.
So
So
so you when you go from low to high, you do it before. When you go from high to low, you try to do it after.
okay.
This is not a hard rule.
Hmm.
This is a an experience rule. So, for example, you see you're going to you have the ground rising. So that's why all from 3,500 you have to
Hmm.
fly higher in order to overcome that mountain that is 4,085 feet.
Okay, so I should
So
treat it
it
as like every waypoint has like a minimum crossing altitude of the higher of the numbers.
the it's not, as I said,
Hmm.
it's
Okay,
not a hard rule.
okay.
If you want to play it half and half, meaning that okay, what's the difference? The difference is 3,000. I will try to pass 5,000 feet,
Hmm.
Mandudi, and it's okay. So
Okay.
it's not that you cannot climb or descend like an elevator.
Hmm.
Okay.
And do I need any ATC clearance to like climb or descend?
No,
No.
since you are following the flight plan, and the
Hmm.
flight plan will contain the points,
Hmm.
you get into the TMA, you report at Lefko that you are entering Tanagra,
Hmm.
next point Mandudi, and now I'm telling you what is
Hmm.
happening in real life, not is what's going to happen in Patsim.
Yeah, we'll try to simulate.
And the ATC will say, Roger, continue, follow VFR routes.
Hmm.
Next report, X. So depending on the traffic that they may have, they might even they might say, okay, I want you to report to me at Jeremy because it's a handoff.
Hmm.
But for example, when I was having my check ride, because they were having uh, parachute droppings.
Hmm.
Uh, I was told the next report Malesina, and at Malesina they sent me to Iliki on hold, and I was waiting for the exercise to finish in order to cross to Vaya.
Hmm. Okay, thanks.
All right. So how we're building our flight plan? So we start from uh, Skiathos, and if you read at the text that usually follows a TMA VFR, you will see that effectively, when you leave, come on, now, now it found the time to, all right. So, the 2 points, Evico and Cucunares, they are the 2 points that you need to first go to and before going anywhere else. And the reason for that is the instrument, the IFR procedures uh, occupying, they occupy the east side of the area. Hence, they try to put the VFR traffic on the west side. Of course, if you stay local and you do touch and goes, that is normal, normal rules, 1,000 feet above ground level. Uh, in this particular airport, the traffic patterns are always on the east side because on the west side there is this mountain, so you don't want to crash there. Our departure, for example, if we're going to depart from 01, is going to be take off, going to crosswind, downwind, and at the end of the downwind, we're going to go to Kukunares. Or you might say at the end of the upwind, we're going to turn left and go to Evico. So depending on which point you're going to put first, that's how we need to behave uh, laterally. So our route will be Kukunares, Praso, Levko. This point effectively is abeam these small islands, which called Levko Islands. So, and that is the point where we switch to Tanagra TMA. And so from Levko, here you see the small islands, Levko, and we reach the point Mandudi. It's there is one big town inside the valley, so you won't miss it. Then we go to Malesina, which effectively is this small hill over there. And then we are going to Iliki. This is a lake and probable holding point. Vaya, which is, I'm just telling you what you're going to recognize visually. So here is a big, again, town at the root of the big mountain. So that's how you recognize it. We cross the mountain, and here is this tip inside this quite big gulf. The gulf name is Porto Germano, so that's why the point is called Jeremy. And this area is dedicated training area, and this is where I was sent to. I was told by the instructor on my right seat to go there and do the exercises. Of course, we're not going to do the exercises. Maybe if we have the time. But from Jeremy, then uh, we follow this route and we go directly to Megara. We stop there, full stop landing. Uh, uh, One thing that you can also do in Greece, as you can do it almost everywhere, is that you can file a flight plan over radio. So what I did was went to the parking without shutting down the engine, gave a new flight plan over radio, which was a departure from Megara, Aegina, Hellinikon, Holargos, and Tatoi. So this is our last destination. Now, to summarize, I'm going to send you the flight plans. So for the first part is going to be this. I'm pasting it. Ugh, not as an image. I want to paste it as a text. So I'm going to put it in a
One part of ATC just went offline and it's just Athena radar now covering the whole thing. But we just might be more busy.
On VATSIM, what usually happens is what usually happens in across VATSIM. If you don't bother the IFR traffic, they don't bother you. So we're going to attempt to talk to them, but
We need a takeoff
we,
clearance, right?
you need a takeoff clearance.
Yeah.
So it is a top down. The Skiathos airport is controlled.
Hmm.
So it has tower, and yes, we have to take clearance for takeoff.
Yeah. Up until recently, there was like another facility that was just controlling just the north side.
Mhm.
Now it fall back to the whole area, so it's just
Yeah,
that
in
they work
Greece,
better.
the VATSIM follows the segmentation of the uh, upper airspace above the uh, 19 above flight level 195. So there is a radar that covers north, there is a radar that covers south, and there is a radar that covers central. And there is also a frequency for the whole thing that effectively is redirected to the uh, right controller, but you usually speak to three controllers unless you fly above the flight level 240. But for us, who are going to fly low, in real life, you talk to the TMA's controller below the flight level 195.
Yeah,
Now, I expect that we are going to talk to Athens Center. We're going to request taxi and we're going to request a takeoff. If obviously we are not going to ask for clearance to enter TMAs because it's a whole thing right now. I expect that we might be asked to report to some points or give estimations for next points. And but that is the most that we might interact with the VATSIM ATC.
yeah. Hmm. All right. A question I have. My weather is broken in MSFS. I don't know why. So, what are the winds? So what runway should we expect?
Let me check Meteo Blue.
And I don't know.
So
Well, do you have winds on
this
the ground? Because I have no winds, no clouds, no not anything.
now look why this happens. Skiathos is not a 24-hour airport, so it closes down 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and because there is no the airport is closed, there is no METAR and there is no ATIS. That's why no system right now. There is no current METAR. That's why it doesn't give you any. The last METAR that was issued for Skiathos is, let me go to,
7:50 UTC, but in the
Well,
morning.
10, yeah, 10 hours ago, right?
yeah.
Hmm.
Mm.
So this airport opens and closes when there is traffic. It's not a 24 hours. So that's why you see that. And
Yeah.
maybe at that time uh, uh, that was the current weather conditions. And because
I
of
see.
that is why we MSFS tries to simulate that. We don't know right now what is the current weather. But anyway, it's good weather. So the winds are 310, 6 knots. Let me confirm that I also have the same in the simulator. Meter, no meter available. Yeah, but the wind seems to be almost the same.
Clear prop.
So we're going to assume this as winds. So 310 means that we're going to take off from runway 01. So what I'm going to do right now is file a flight plan. So VFR from departure airport Lima Golf Sierra Kilo to Lima Golf Mike Golf alternate Lima Golf Tango Tango. Departure time 19:00. Time en route 1 hour. fuel on board 4 hours. The highest altitude that we're going to fly is 6,500, and this also corresponds to we're going mostly westernly, although it is southwest. But the rule is the same as the US: east odd, west even, plus 500. So we're going to file for 6,500 as an altitude because that also aligns with the altitude that on most of our VFR routes.
Established Olympic 181.
And the route will be Praso, Levko, Mantoudi, Malesina, Iliki, via Germi.
Olympic 181, contact Thessaloniki Tower on 118.1.
118.1, Olympic 181. Thank you very much, sir. Bye-bye.
Thanks for flying.
Any question?
EZ195 vacated over runway 24.
EZ195, taxi via Foxtrot to Juliet, stand 5.
Since we're going to depart from Skiathos, it's good that we have the ATC chart
Taxi
of
via Foxtrot to
Skiathos.
Juliet and stand 5,
So please
EZ195.
pick that.
AGN 101, descend to 7,000 feet, QNH
Very simple
1010.
airport. So this is the apron.
7,000 feet, QNH
For 01, probably
101.
we're going to just taxi out of
Antenna radar 288 885 Bravo is on blocks. Thank you for your service. Nice to hear you after the winter season.
to
Have a great
do an,
evening. Bye bye.
an intersection takeoff
Nice to hear
because
from you as well.
for
Enjoy your day.
small aeroplanes, the runway is quite long. We can just take off from just turning north from Alpha 3.
Athena radar, this is Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Sierra at Skiathos by the terminal. Request taxi for takeoff.
Oscar Echo Golf, Charlie Sierra, I'll be closing shortly, Monte-Unicom.
Going to Unicom, thanks.
A transition between the what were the areas called? The
Attention
TAM
all
areas?
aircraft, Athena
TMA,
is now
TMA.
closing.
TMA.
We're not. I explained that in real life you do that when you are in the visual point between the two
Yeah.
TMAs. So it is, in this particular case it is Levko, but in VATSIM this is not simulated. I don't expect
Oh,
this to be simulated, so
all
we're
right.
not going to ask for. It would be simulated if there was a Tanagra approach ATC online, but it is not. Okay, so
Okay.
if there
Spyros,
was,
Spyros,
yep.
I just contacted, Athena radar for taxi instructions. They told me they are closing, so
Okay,
gonna be without
all
ATC.
right, yeah. So in VATSIM, if it was Skiathos approach and Tanagra approach and Athens approach, this ATC on VATSIM will simulate the TMA controller.
Mm.
But since we only had the overall controller for the whole Greece, that's you don't have to ask permission on VATSIM.
All right. Thank you. Mhm.
So Thomas, you said they are closing, so we don't have to do anything. We just take off, right?
Yeah. They just told me to monitor Unicom.
Okay, sure. All right.
Quick,
So if you have five, yes,
sorry, just one more question about the Athens airport because it seems to still be open.
not I'm going. We are not going to deal with Athens Airport.
Okay.
We might talk to Athens approach
Right.
when we are
Yeah.
going to go to Germi. So at Germi, we're going to try to contact Athens approach because it is the TMA controller. They might tell us, yes, they might tell us, okay, we don't care because I'm effectively here for the IFR that goes into Eleftherios Venizelos, the big airport. This is a region, we are using general aviation airports, and we might be left alone. But if we're going to, if the Athens approach remains open, we will contact them when we reach Germi.
Then we're still outside of their zone, right? Or not?
Germi is at the edge of
Oh,
their.
yeah. Okay. Thank you. Cool.
Okay, so let me also start up. I see the two planes are one over the other. Just to try not to. So a part of me, I counted two other planes. I don't know where the rest, where you have spawned. The squawk code for VFR in Greece, as in all Europe, is 7,000. And you turn it squawk mode Charlie just before entering runway. It will be a good idea also to use uh, the ground radio station navigation stations in order to confirm your position. So use the Skopelos VOR 113 decimal 4, the Tanagra VOR 111 decimal 8, and the Athens VOR 114 decimal 4. Any last minute question? Okay, I see Thomas he's gone already.
Yeah,
Are
I
you
departed.
yeah, the rest of you, are you ready to taxi so that we are close?
Yeah, I think so.
I am ready.
Okay then. So let's go then. Taxi and stroll.
All right, so we departed, obviously. We'll now just be over the first Cucunaries reporting point. Just switch the maps here. This is Cucunaries.
Scathos traffic is here X-ray Alpha Sierra Golf, taxiing Hotel Alpha 3, takeoff runway 01, departure south, Scathos traffic.
And afterwards we are going approximately 200 on the heading. That's about that.
Stafford's traffic, November 6529 Lima, taxiing to runway 1, Stafford's traffic.
We're going for this little island. Yeah, I think the weather is broken for me because I have no wind also, you know, at altitude, and I should have. Klaus, was it you that reported that the weather wasn't working for you either?
Yeah, yesterday. But today when I flew in Denmark, the weather was working perfectly.
Okay.
But right now I have clear skies, and I don't know if it's supposed to be like that.
Do you have any wind?
On the ground, it doesn't really seem like it.
Yeah. I should have like 6 knot winds, and I have nothing right now at altitude.
Scathos traffic, Delta Echo Lima here from X-ray, taxi to runway 1.
Scathos traffic is here X-ray Alpha Sierra Golf, line up and take off runway 01, departure south, exit point Cucunaris, last hold.
Scathos traffic, Oscar Yankee, Charlie Madagascar, taxiing to runway 01 via Alpha Hotel Alpha 3, Scathos.
Right, so the weather is broken, unfortunately. ATC logged off just before we took off. So I'll just reset those wind corrections.
November 659 Lima, departing runway 1, Staffos.
That's Praso, 202, and then 126 to Lefko. Something thereabout.
Scathos traffic, Delta Echo Lima here from X-ray, Lining up runway 1. Skiathos traffic, data coordinated from X-ray, taking off runway 01.
For some reason I can't see you on the runway. Oh wait, I see your lights taking off. Not your plane. That's weird.
Oh, that's funny. Did you have that very colorful plane?
I don't know.
With a whoa on the wings or something?
I
Because
guess
that
it
one.
depends on your model matching.
Okay, because that one just drove through me.
Oh yeah,
I
because
don't know.
see, you said you were lining up just as I was actually.
Yeah, weird.
There.
I don't know. I'm logged in. I have no idea what's wrong.
It's weird.
So don't forget, at the end of the downwind, we turn to the west, and our first point, Kukunares, is at the south tip of the island. Our target altitude at this section is going to be 3,500.
Skiathos traffic, Oscar Yankee Charlie Mike Oscar, lining up runway 1 and taking off for southbound departure. Skiathos.
All the way to Maudidi, right? 3,500.
Mandudi, yeah.
Mandudi, yeah.
Sorry, didn't we go through Evico and then Kukunaris?
If you select so, yes, but that means that after takeoff, you're going to turn right, and you're going from the north side of the around the island. I chose to follow the downwind, and I'm going from the south. My first point will be Kukunares. If you have filed the Vico first,
yeah, I did.
then fine. After after takeoff, at the track of the runway, you turn to the left, and you go around to the west. Okay.
Yeah, I did that. Thank you.
Okay, so I'll just introduce some winds, because let's see, from 200 or 205 at 8, because this is just doesn't work, isn't working. So 3,500. Let's go wind from 20 like, and speed will be like 8. Yes, I don't need gusts. Alright, let's do some clouds. Okay.
Okay, at Lefko. So now I should go heading 192 to Matudi.
Well, if you're already at Lefko, that means you took off in F-18. Because I'm not there yet.
Yes, because you went the other way around from Evico.
Yeah, but still, I was already at Kukunaris. and like further before you took off?
Sorry, Kukuna, I was in Kukunares and now going to Lefko.
Ah, okay, yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, sorry.
So I'm now approaching Lefko, and I was just looking for you and could not see you.
Yeah, probably I'm behind you.
Just had to manually introduce some vanes, so it corresponds to my navlog. Simulator
I
was broken.
suggest that you go to your data settings.
I
You
tried.
say that I don't want
Yeah,
save, and then re-enable them and save again. That
yeah.
might do the trick.
Scout traffic Aegean 193, 8 miles east of Sierra Kilo Papa, inbound Sierra Kilo Papa, flight level 00.
I tried that, Spyros, and I even tried to recycle the live weather here and like turn it off and on again. Nothing seemed to help. I'll try, troubleshoot more afterwards. Maybe restart the whole sim and see. Alright, so we are at Lefko, and to Manduidi we'll fly 191. I'll just select 191. 530. Let's turn. There should be Manduidi. So let's put like 5.5. Another 5 minutes to Manduidi.
Thomas, can you by now see any other planes?
I'm too far ahead, so...
Ah, okay.
But I could see those planes when I was on the ground.
Yeah, me too. But you were the one that didn't see me, right? Just the
No,
lights
that
or
was me.
something?
That was me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
someone else, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, weird.
And I was just about to debug a little bit. Because in my model matching you appeared as something with floaters. That's the 152 with floaters.
Oh, what? With floaters? No. I have a
5
normal
minutes to
Cessna
Manduidi,
Skyhawk.
and at
172.
Manduidi should probably be higher already.
Weird.
Fly 6,500.
You were Delta Echo Lima Uniform
Uniform
X-ray.
X-ray, yes.
Yeah. Okay. I just reloaded the model matching and now it says Skyhawk as Sobo. So I think
Is
I
this
can
one
see you now.
Manduidi? Could be.
Mhm.
Yeah, this
What
one
did
could
we
be
find?
Manduidi.
For those who weren't the last time when
Let's
we were
climb.
landing to Skiathos, the runway 01 has a threshold over the south beach of the island. For it is a very beautiful island, and because of the fact that I just told you, it is called the Saint Martin of the Mediterranean. a lot of plane spotters, a lot of people just staying there to be blasted by the jet flow. Really fun.
Cool.
So is that an island that you actually recommend for a summer vacation?
For family, uh, I can tell you a couple. Skiathos is one of them because it's an island that you cross with a ferry just in 20 minutes. And also, if you come from abroad, you can land there.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the family. It's not like Mykonos or Santorini, which is all about clubbing and bam boom. It's generally quiet.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Although I was on vacation on Santorini with my wife, and we
Uh-huh.
didn't club too much, but it was really, really nice though. So
Yeah,
can
if
also
you
recommend that
don't
one.
go to yes, if you avoid the Hora and
Yeah, yeah.
the capital and you stay somewhere else, it is also
Mm.
quiet and beautiful.
Yeah.
Right now at Lefko and turning to Mantuvi. So, Thomas, since you are so far ahead, when you reach Germi, you will do some stalls and steep turns. Okay.
I won't do stalls because this plane doesn't do them properly. Fly.
Excuses.
I'm flying the WB Sim Cessna 172 and it cannot do normal stalls. It always spins.
Okay.
Oops.
I don't. I tried that add-on. It ruined the experience. I removed it. I'm flying the stock.
Yeah. So you found the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and without any improvement on any other factor. So why put it in any case?
Yeah.
Quick question about the Lefko waypoint. How do you
Yes.
find that one? Just by looking at things? I mean, is
You
there
look.
something?
You should be looking at in front of you. There is a tip that goes into the sea,
Uh-huh.
and next to that there are three small islands.
Uh-huh.
So if you look at the map, you will see
Ah,
Lefko Point is the Lefkonissia. It means
yeah.
white islands.
Hmm.
So Lefko is that the two small islands next to that tip.
Hmm. It's really tiny though. Okay.
Yes, very tiny.
So it's close to that. I don't know how approximate it has to be to fly through there,
It
I
doesn't
guess.
have to be
Yeah,
approximate. I
yeah.
mean,
Not too much.
you can be actually because I'm short and I don't see very well outside. I usually fly on the right side of my point, so that because I'm sitting on the left, so that I can see the point.
Ah,
And
okay, I see.
usually I fly half a mile or 1 mile adrift to the right.
Hmm. Okay, cool, thanks. I'm also at
So,
Lefko now.
all right, almost at Manduzi. Let's start our climb and 6,500, 2 to 4.
And you said to begin the climb before, right? And
It would be good, yes, because you climb in order to
hmm,
avoid the small mountain that is there.
yeah, yeah.
So it makes sense to start a little bit earlier.
I see.
And at Mandudi you descend again 1000 feet.  。
Yes? Was that a joke or? Wait
No,
a sec. I have to check.
that's not the joke.
Ah, yeah, right. So,
Or sorry, after Malacina, I would say. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
after
yeah,
Malaysia.
yeah.
After Malacina.
Okay. So 6-5, 4, and then 5-5. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, sure. Nice.
The moment you are going to cross that small mountain, there's going to be turbulence, so that you know.
Mhm.
Why should we climb from 3,500 at Praso to 4,500 to Levko? Because we're just over the ocean.
No, no, you don't climb from Levko. You are already at 3,500.
Mm.
The 4,500 is northbound.
It's
So
for the
there's
other direction.
there's separation.
Mm.
And that is like at or below 4,500 from Praso to Levko. It's not a hard altitude.
Mm.
Right, so 5 plus 9. 5 plus 9 is about 14. But kind of... Have I reset the timer? No, I didn't.
So once we get to Levko, we have to descend to 3,500.
You should be already at 3,500 because you just took off from. So from Skiathos to Levko, it says minimum 3,500. But why climb higher? So
I did
it's
that because it said 4,500 between Praso and Levko, and that's why I was curious. But that's not
between.
between Praso and Levko. It says 4,500.
But that means like at or
Ah, yes,
below.
correct. So yes, you have to descend.
But
And that's why I was curious. Why climb to 4,500 when we are just above the ocean? There is no mountains to clear.
Because above you, it's the
Spyros,
uh,
one thing, I believe that notation is like misunderstood. That 4,500 is at or below.
Yeah, it's maximum.
yeah,
But it's also
exactly.
add up below at 3,500.
Yes,
Okay, so before we get to Mandudi, we have to be at 3,500 because that's an exact altitude.
yes. In the Nagra TMA, the altitudes are exact.
Got it.
Oh yeah, I can feel some turbulence here. I think.
And at the moment you cross the mountain, it stops.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's Malacina. descent.
So, Spyros, you flew in a Cessna 172 on your tech ride?
Yes, yes,
Oh, nice. Cool. And now you're flying the same, right?
yes. Just
Uh,
to be uh, true to the reenactment.
yeah, nice. I just started out a few weeks ago with flight sim, and first I took some airliners and tried stuff, but now I'm back to really using VetSim and trying the
Okay,
basics with
start
VetStar. It's
the
really cool.
basics and climb up.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. No, that's really, really nice.
So I don't know if you see my screen. This small embankment with this uh, uh, few houses at the root of this hill.
Hmm.
This is the Malesina. So that's where we're going.
Hmm. Ah, you were. Ah, yeah, yeah. That's the next waypoint. Yeah.
Yeah.
When should we start descending again? Is it at or before?
I will descend after Malesina.
After Messina. Okay, thank you.
Isn't Malacina more to the right? Isn't Malacina more to the right?
I'm just following that if I'm descending, it is safe to descend after the highest point.
No, I mean laterally, like the place was
The
showing some bay.
Malesina is a town, so I showed you the town. The point is next to that.
Uh,
VFR points are not that accurate. You don't have to be so accurate with VFR
yeah,
point,
yeah,
but
I know, but it's like it seems to be way off on the chart, you know, from what you're showing.
I think his angle is a bit
yeah,
steeper from the
as
north,
you
right?
are
You're
right.
coming more
Yes,
from the
you're
north,
right. You are right. You are
I
right.
think.
Let me find my bearings. Yep. Yes, I was on a different. Yep, that's where we have the maps. Yes, I was looking at a different point.
Hmm.
Now I corrected and going to Malesina.
You just confused me quite much.
Yeah.
But you know, one can tell that it's really it really was a long time ago that you did that flight. So good to refresh that.
The important thing that I didn't do is to follow the exact headings. I was trying to find visually the point, but and I didn't do any dead reckoning.
I'm doing
Okay.
combination.
Yeah, and now I am over Malesina. Good. And now I turn to 170. So, and dropping to 5,500.
Okay, to Melasina. No, to Iliki. It
525.
should take 7.6 minutes. And this is the Iliki. So I don't need the heading, and from there I will be flying to 218. Okay, this is a very wrong tile by Google.
Do you own your aircraft in real life, Spyros?
No, never.
Okay.
Always wet lease.
Okay.
And when was the last time you actually flew in real life? Like piloted,
Uh,
not as a passenger.
uh, 4 years ago.
Oh. Okay. Are you planning to get back into it or
No,
not at
that
this
was the
point?
last straw.
Last, okay.
Uh, After I moved into the UK, I tried to continue, but the cost here is much. It's forbidding.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm.
In Greece, I was pay, and in Italy, I was paying 160 euros per hour, and not flying hour, hub hour, engine hour. So if you fly 1 hour at 65% of the power, it's 40 minutes. Okay,
Really? Oh wow,
yeah.
that's a lot.
So that's why when you fly in real life, you don't want to go fast because it costs more. And here in the UK, it's 210 pounds.
Mm. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah. And also I tried, I live in
So
the
far,
South England, London, effectively, the belt around London, and the airspace is very cramped. The VFR is, let me use the word, prosecuted. Okay, if at the north, it's much more relaxed, but you don't find the space to fly,
Mm.
and I just gave up.
mm, that's sad.
Well, there are priorities. A specific amount of money per month, and worth spending elsewhere rather than this hobby.
Okay, so after Iliki, I need to climb to 6,500 again.
Yep.
That's a roller coaster ride here.
Honestly, if there is no traffic, okay, uh, they
So,
give you specific clearances.
okay.
If they don't tell you anything, you follow the route. But now, for example, if it was in real life and there was no traffic, the controller will say maintain 6,500, and that's all.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. Yeah.
The VFR routes are, in case they don't want to, they are not going to talk to you, so that you have a predefined plan. The ATC might even give you a direct if you can follow it. Okay, you might say, I don't. It's not my navlog. I don't have. Uh, but although you might not have it, the ATC might tell you, can you accept a direct Germi? Yes. Uh, it, the ATC will give you specific heading and and estimate time of arrival. So effectively, he is your navigator, and that in that condition you can accept it.
Mm-hmm.
After all, the TMA controllers are radar enabled, so they keep track of you. Effectively, when you are entering a TMA, the entrance effectively is flight following. That's why you put a squawk code.
All right, so it is just 4 minutes to Via. Let's check what Via is. Okay, that's some town. Believe. And this one? That's. Oh, it must be already below me somewhere. Let's cheat a little. It might be that one actually.
And
It's according to time.
let's start the climb. So now we go 215.
After that we have 1903.
I'm sorry, what are we climbing to?
I am at Iliki, so I'm turning to heading 215 after Iliki climbing to 6,500 again.
Okay.
Okay, let's turn there. 420. Let's go to 4.3 actually. Okay, let's turn too much. And what are we heading for? We're heading for Kermi, which will be
Now,
that.
I don't know if you want to actually do a full stop on Megara, or maybe we can just do a touch and go and continue to Tatoi.
But I don't have my
Or
navlog ready for that.
it's you don't need one. Okay, we
Okay,
are going just to follow VFR routes.
okay, is it visual? All right.
I think I'm going to do a full stop. Otherwise it will be a bit too late.
Yeah, whoever wants to stop, land at Megara. I'm going to
Yeah.
do a touch and go and continue to Tatoi just for the benefit of flying over Athens.
That's a
Let's
strong
see how long it
argument.
takes. Sorry?
That's a strong argument for flying a long way around.
Yeah, it's going to be the long way around. At low altitude, 2,500.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
And sold.
Nice.
Okay, I think I see Jeremy. Yeah, I do. Heading straight for it.
Ready. Wow. Which plane do you have? Same one as last time? The PB one?
Who, me? Thomas?
Yeah, the Cessna 3 something.
No, 172. I'm reenacting the same flight as Spyros, so 172.
Ah, okay.
I'm not used to this plane, but you know, it's almost the same as 152.
You could have taken the 152. You will have to start 1 hour earlier.
Hey, I'm in 152. I'm also last.
Point given, point taken.
Yep.
Okay, so I should arrive at Jeremy in just 2 minutes and something.
November 6529 Lima must be very near to me.
Yes, I am. I can see you.
Ah, all right.
I'm off your right wing and a little bit behind you.
All right.
So I am following you.
Great.
I can't see anyone. I don't know why.
Well, you cannot see a plane in the air in more
Mm.
than 2.5, 3 miles. And if you see
Yeah.
it closer, it's a bad sign. You're going to crash it.
And I can't even see on the radio. I don't know. Maybe VATSIM is not really working so well. I don't know. Mm. Oh, weird.
Well, in MSFS, I see you all. So, yeah.
A
You see
question
us on
regard.
your.
Yeah,
Sorry.
continue. Just continue.
You see us on your radar on your screen, or?
Uh, I don't have a radar. I'm flying a Cessna. So I press the V, which pop-ups
Ah.
this window
Mhm.
and shows the traffic around you and VFR map.
Ah, okay. You're just too far away. All right. Nice. Thank you.
Question, Spiros. I went into the VATSIM Hellenica, or how that's
Yep.
called. Clicked on Megara Airport, and there is no chart.
Yes. There is no chart
Y-
for, you mean ATC?
Yeah,
Yes. Well, I can tell you, it's two runways in parallel.
I have
And
the runways, but it just says only 08 and 26.
yes, and it's actually two runways in parallel. At the end of the runway, one apron, nothing else.
Okay,
Have in mind that the pattern is south.
pattern is
So
south.
from
All right.
which runway are we going to take? I don't see any meter for them. So let's see the last meter that it was. No meter at all. Okay, I suggest that we're going to take the westernly. I don't remember. It's
08 and 26.
yes, we're going to take the 08. So we're going to us coming from the north, effectively going crosswind at 1,000 feet and do a left pattern and do a touch and go.
Left pattern. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Also crossing Jeremy, there is some turbulence over the mountain. Right now I have Jeremy in front of me.
And Megara, that's the airport that basically shoots out into the sea, right?
Hmm.
Runway shoots out into the sea. Okay, so I see that already.
Could you quickly help me out with the altitude after Vagia?
Yes, you should remain at 6,500
6,500.
until you reach Germi.
Yeah. All right.
And after Germi, we're going to descend. Effectively, it's a long downhill up to the up to Megara. Just
Mhm.
make sure that you find Megara.
Yeah.
It's track 129 after Germi.
All right. Thank you.
Sorry, did you say we are landing runway 08? Because, yeah, it doesn't make sense to me.
Sorry, 26. 26.
26. Okay, that makes better sense.
Yes.
Left or right?
Left pattern.
Left
Yeah,
pattern,
but there's
yes.
two runways parallel,
Ah,
I guess. So there's
yeah.
a left and a right.
Yes, so you land on the external.
So
Really?
that's the left, I think.
Ah, really? Because we're going to do touch and go, so it doesn't matter.
I might stop actually.
When I say external, okay. Uh, Apologies, I was not specific. You use the northern runway out of the two.
So that must be
This,
26 right.
yes, the 26, right.
There any specific reason?
One is used from GA and the other is used from the military.
Ah, okay.
Oh,
Well, I completely forgot to contact the approach at Athens, but I don't know if they're still online. Let's see.
I don't see anybody online right now.
Yeah,
Everybody's asleep.
yeah, they just disconnected before us. Okay, I'm used to that, so.
Maybe it's the smell in the armpits.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, at Germi and turning to 130. Don't forget to realign your compass, the two compasses. The vacuum compass is drifting all the time. Okay.
Oh yeah, it is. Megara traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Sierra, Cessna 172, approximately 7 miles northwest at 2,600 feet. We'll be entering left downwind runway 26, Megara. And yeah, on the chart or information I was able to pull up from the VATSIM site, it says just 08 and 26, so it doesn't look like that.
Yeah,
More
the
runways.
second runway, the second look, the documents from at Vatsim Greece, they're not updated very often.
Mm-hmm.
And so the second runway was built very recently.
Ah,
Uh, I can tell you from the official that there are two. Okay,
mm-hmm.
so let me bring
Yeah,
up the.
I see in the little nav map that there are 2 runways, so that's all
Mhm.
right, but okay, so the right
Look,
one. And if I need
if
to
you
like
stay,
to have full stop, then I just cross the other one, right?
the taxiway is at the end, so at the threshold of 26 is one taxiway that goes to the apron, nothing else.
Okay.
And last is that if you are fascinated about flying in Greece, you just open an account at the
Yeah. At the
Aviation
LGSK.
Authority,
Mm-hmm.
and you get all the maps.
Okay.
Now let me find the airport. Yep, there it
So
is.
do I actually cross midfield of the airport or join crosswind?
Uh, in real life or in general? In general, you cross midfield.
Yeah. 'Cause I don't want anyone climbing into me.
In reality, You
tower.
coordinate. You coordinate with the tower. So
Yeah.
usually they give you, they send you at the start of the downwind.
Yeah. I don't want to like overfly crosswind and with someone climbing into me, so just do midfield.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
for
right now I'm going at the start of the downwind.
Are we there already? No.
I'm still north of the airport.
Yeah.
Northwest.
Yep.
3 miles.
so you directly enter the downwind, yeah?
I'm going directly at the start of the downwind. Yes,
Mm-hmm. All right.
which is not ideal. I'm assuming that the tower has told me so.
Thank God, no towers online.
What's the airport elevation down there? Is it 250 or something?
It's right next to the sea, so I
It's
would.
not though zero.
Rather what?
It is. Uh, it Actually it is. Yes, it's close to zero. 24 feet.
Okay.
Megara traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo overflying the field from north to south at 1000 feet, joining left downwind runway 26 right. Megara. Megara traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Sierra, turning left downwind runway 26 right. Megara.
And I'm right behind you.
Yeah.
We can do a formation landing.
Are you really that
That's not.
close? I
Yeah,
didn't see you on downwind when I looked.
yeah, it was higher. That's why.
Ah, okay.
Now we are at the same height. I'm a beam threshold right now.
Okay, so I'm turning.
Turning base.
Oh, now I can see you guys. Very far out there. Nice. Ah, that's so cool.
Megara
Okay.
traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Sierra, turning final runway 26
I'm
right,
right
full
behind
stop
you,
landing.
Spyros.
Megara.
I will extend my downwind a little bit.
Thomas, don't do full stop. It doesn't go into continue.
Ah, really? Alright, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Sierra doing just a touch and go on 26 right. Megara.
Turning final.
We got a traffic that I could be going from X-ray at 2,500 feet. Joining downwind, Megara traffic. 3 miles north.
Megara traffic, asking Alaska is 10 miles to northwest at 5,000 feet inbound to land. We'll do a direct entry.
Megara traffic, November 6529, that's being final runway 28 left, I think, November 6529. 28 right.
When do I have to say that I'm going for a touch and go or for a full stop landing? Just on the
When you
first
turn
time?
to final. When you turn to
Before I
final.
turn final. Okay.
So
Nice.
you say turning final for touch and go or full stop.
Nice. Thank you. Megara traffic, data collision from X-ray, joining downwind, runway 26, right.
6.
After your touch and go, maximum climb at 2,500.
Megara traffic, Oscar Yankee Charlie Oscar. Due to departing traffic, we will fly over midfield at 1,500 feet and join left downwind at the teardrop for 26 right, Megara.
Megara traffic, data aircrew, Lima from X-ray, turning base, runway 26.
Traffic, November 6529, Lima, turning left, crosswind, runway 26.
That was on Discord.
Megara traffic, November 6529, Lima, turning left downwind, runway 26 right, Megara. Just changed my key bindings, I forgot.
Echo, data collision from X-ray, turning final runway 26 for touch and go. Do I have to always say at the end the Megara traffic again?
Yes. You start with the airport traffic and you finish with the airport traffic. So it's airport traffic,
Yeah.
your call sign, intentions, airport traffic.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Yes.
Or at the end, you can just say the airport name. You don't need to add the traffic,
Yeah, correct.
word if you don't need to.
All right.
And it has a very logical reason why you do that, because someone might not have heard the first part of your transmission. They might have just tuned into the frequency, and by saying that airport name again, you actually confirm or disprove that it's that airport they are looking for.
All right.
And perhaps if they didn't hear it all, they can ask you, if you can say again.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Mega with traffic, Oscar Yankee Charlie Oscar, flying over midfield at 1,500 feet, and we'll do a teardrop entry to left downwind to
Victoria traffic, November 6529 Lima at 2,000 feet, approximately 5 miles south of the airport. Lead the knee traffic pattern indicator.
Eugene, are you hearing us on VATSIM?
No, I'm not.
No. Okay, because now it was like the second time that you actually stepped on somebody speaking.
Oh my gosh.
So must have been, must be some issue.
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Yeah, but we can hear you fine on VATSIM.
You can hear me, but I cannot hear you. Okay. Okay, thank you. I'll look at that.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe it's your VPilot settings, the speaker output or something.
Delta Echo Lima Uniform
That
X-ray,
could very well be.
turning crosswind.
How did you guys depart from the pattern again?
So after upwind, you turn crosswind to the left, and then you continue on the crosswind. After you go around 1-2 miles away from the airport, heading 160, and
160.
that will give you a point directly to the northwest point of Egina. So you will see a very large coastal town.
What's the name of the town?
Egina. Effectively, it's the EGN because it's a big. There is a beacon there. The point is EGN. If you look at the map, the point is EGN.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. Is it on that island thingy or?
Yes, it is on the northwest tip of the island Egina. The point is Echo Golf November, and that is the visual point because that's the town of Egina.
Okay.
Show me a point.
There it is.
Show me a point that is not on the island around here.
That was a good one.
And after Egina, we drop to 2000, right?
Correct, and we make a sharp turn, and we go
58, was it?
50. Yes, 58.
Because it's so very safe to fly at 2000 over water.
Well,
yeah, it's better
that
than
area.
getting hit by airliner. So yeah.
Yeah. It's exactly at the extended runway 03 left of Nizelos.
Megama traffic, Oscar Yankee Charlie Oscar, turning left base 26 right, Megama.
So I have like 10 gallons of fuel left. Should make it.
10 gallons of on each tank or just one?
Both together.
Plenty. You could go back to Skiathos.
Yeah, but just barely.
I am on your left right now.
I don't see you out of the window.
Just a little behind from your left.
Megama traffic, Oscar Yankee Charlie Oscar, turning final.
I'm turning left.
Full stop, Megama.
Turning 60.
60 is after EGN
Yes.
Egina, right?
and you drop to 2000.
And you're flying 17 miles to Hellinikon. Okay, how do I recognize Hellinikon?
Hellinikon is the old airport of Athens. So there are leftover runways. It's a
Okay,
very flat, empty space, surrounded by a lot of high-rise building and flats.
okay.
So let's tune to uh,
Oh, there's a VOR on that place?
to
Over Hellinikon?
114.4. It's the old VOR.
114.4?
Yep. So radial 60 exactly. No, not radial 60, course 60. We must be very close and I cannot see you. I started getting worried.
So, what was the radio? Yeah.
Bingo traffic.
There we go.
Right.
And so we go straight for that VOR.
Yes, actually the VOR is a little bit on the right, but more or
Yeah,
less you will find the moment you will be close to the coast, you will see it's very recognizable.
All right.
We'll take a shortcut here.
And then we need to climb again to 2,500, right?
Yeah.
After Hellinikon.
Yeah.
So I'm getting low fuel right now. And soon it's gonna be also low fuel left. Very
Okay, I
good.
see you.
Do you?
Yep, right behind you.
Let me look for you.
See you guys as well.
Yeah, you're quite high though.
Yeah, what was the...
100 feet.
Sorry?
I'm just 100 feet above.
Really?
What was the altitude again? 2000? No,
2000.
2000. Oh, yeah. Oops. Yeah. Just off by 1000 feet. That's... Oops.
Maybe Thomas, now you are a little bit low yourself because I'm just
Yeah.
exactly 2000.
Yeah, I'm 1,900.
Okay.
But I'll just add a little bit of power to climb back up.
So you see in front of you the area that doesn't have any buildings. It's relatively flat, wide.
Yeah, I see that. Well, I don't see any buildings either at this point, but yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, the buildings are around that big area. This area doesn't have any buildings.
When I come closer, I should be able to see some buildings around. So when we reach that, it's gonna be 255 and Holargos. How do I recognize Holargos?
You will see a big stadium.
Big stadium.
It's the Olympic Stadium.
Okay.
I'm gonna head off. Thanks for the flight.
Thank you for the company.
Right.
See you.
See
Take
you.
care.
Now you must recognize Thomas, two white land stripes parallel to the coast. That is the old runways.
Yep.
Because I can see them, so you can see them.
I can.
All right. So if you are above them,
No,
then you can.
not yet. When I'm
You
above
can
them, I
turn.
will turn
Yeah.
and climb. Actually, let me start the climb already. So is that airport completely abandoned?
It's not abandoned. Now it is being reconfigured to a national park, but they
Oh,
started building bit by bit. Not all that. It's huge. You cannot build it all at once.
yeah.
Climbing to 2,500, right? For going to
At Ellinikos,
Holargos.
at
Yes.
Ellinikos, you need to climb 2,500 and turn to
Yes.
Holargos.
Mhm.
Thomas, I'm on your left.
What altitude?
2,500.
Yeah, there you are. You just passed me.
Mm.
You're fireballing that engine.
I just have configured it well.
Explain what you did.
Nothing. I'm just joking.
Nitro.
2,400 RPM.
I'm running 2,300.
All right. So that's the secret.
Yeah. So it says I should be flying 021.
Yes.
So like closer to the mountains actually.
Between the mountain. Yeah. So at you see this, let's call it the big valley. It's full of buildings. All these white things are buildings. Okay. If you see in the middle of that, there is a hill, a little bit greenish.
Yes, I do
Okay,
see that.
that is Acropolis. Okay, so
Oh,
you fly between the mountain and Acropolis.
all right.
We can actually fly over Acropolis if you want.
Hmm.
Let's not get cocky.
Well, it's we're alone.
I don't think I'll see it correctly in any case.
I have done that. I have crossed 100 feet away, and it's on great detail.
Great detail. What is that?
It's in great detail modeled.
Oh, oh, great
You can
detail.
see the
Okay, okay.
actual. Yeah.
All
Speaking
right,
of which, I'm going to go there.
all right.
So
Oh, I can see.
right now on your left, there it is, the Acropolis. Do you see it?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And a little bit to the north is the Parliament.
Hmm. Let me just fly around.
So what are the meter for Tatoi? Lima Golf Tango Tango.
I have a feeling you won't find anything.
Yes, because it's also closed. If you fly during the day, you will find. So no meter. Uh, Usually the winds are northern, so we can attempt to land runway 03.
By the way, was that like Acropolis is standing on a piece of rock? So that piece of rock
Yes,
was,
exactly.
I guess, there all
Yeah,
the time, and they just built it on top of it.
yes. All right. I have the big stadium in front of me. It's in a complex of smaller stadiums around it with swimming pools, etc. So that's how you're going to recognize it. And from that point on, uh, you just go uh, 340 and you will reach the airport. I can see the airport even being above the stadium. So I start descending to have in mind that the elevation is 780. So the traffic pattern is 1,800.
I was busy flying next to Acropolis, so
Yeah,
I'll post the
that is
picture after the
pretty
flight.
cool.
I'll post the picture after the flight, not right now.
Yeah. Now, the downwind of the airport of Tatoi, Lima Golf Tango Tango, is a big motorway. So you fly on top of that motorway, and that is the perfect distance to be on the downwind, 1,800 feet.
Or runway 21?
For runway 21, yes. Or should we
21.
go 03? Yeah, let's
I
go.
don't know.
Uh, I will dive now. Okay, I'm diving to 03.
Whoa,
Okay,
What will the
that
examiner say?
whoa,
okay. Have in mind that there is a lot of turbulence in the area surrounded by mountains.
How are you gonna enter?
I went down into the base directly,
Ah, okay.
and now I'm turning final. I'm high, so I'm doing a slip,
Oh, wow.
uh, lined up. Yep, and I lost it. I lost altitude, and I'm landing. I'm landing. Flaps.
You know, you have now bonus points. You know what for?
What
Now
for?
your examiner could actually pick fruit from those trees when
Uh-huh.
you're flying over. So
And actually,
he's not hungry
this
anymore,
point,
you know.
yeah, this point has a lot of turbulence in real life. I mean, I have flown this area a lot, and the realism in MSFS is remarkable.
But you need to have
So
it switched to realistic.
yes, always.
Because after the update it switched to low for everyone. So unless you
Oh,
have not,
really?
unless you have not been in the settings again, it's in the assistance options and piloting, then you have it on low.
Oh,
Oh,
I
did
didn't
not
know
know.
that.
So after you land on 03, continue all the way to the end of the runway and turn to the last taxiway to the left.
All right. Oh, wow, I can feel the turbulence now. I just changed it. Ooh.
Okay, I switched on real weather and it seems that now it gets some data. And I will
It
be
gets data
Nice.
from Venizelos, so you get the weather from Venizelos now.
Yeah, but you know, I had a weather engine broken at the start of the flight. I could not get, you know, real winds. So now I will be landing with 6 knots of tailwind. I guess that's all right. Oh, someone actually beat me to it. All right.
I'm in front of you. Nice.
Well, I was making a tour
Yeah.
of Acropolis,
Oh, yeah,
and I should probably slow down because I don't want to be landing at 100 knots.
Oh, yeah, probably. So, end of the runway, yeah?
So end of the runway, I will be waiting for you so that you
Nice.
know where is the taxi
Hmm.
way. And after all we are together, I'm going to lead you to the apron of the Aero Club.
Oh, nice. Is that apron K or something?
Yes, I don't remember I don't think there is a name. I don't remember
Oh,
having a
yeah.
name.
But if I
So
know the
somebody
way, I'll just
just
do it.
landed. Okay, you crossed. You missed the taxiway.
Yeah, I just saw that. Oopsie. Oh, well.
All right, do a turn around and come join.
Where are you, by the way? Huh? Can't see you. So weird. I just saw myself next to you in your screen, but I can't see you in mine. That's weird.
I think that is a game glitches from VATSIM because I can see you either.
Yeah, I just reconnected, so maybe it takes a second, but weird.
Yeah.
So I can also see just your lights coming down the runway.
Is the 152 with us?
Oh, sorry?
Who was flying with 152?
That was Klaus, and I believe he left.
Ah, I see.
Okay, left, right.
Would you be mad,
Okay.
Spyros, if I taxied there already?
Yeah, so since now you are all here, let me show
You're
you the
not.
way. I'm going to show you the way to the apron for the Aero Club.
Hey, I am right behind you guys.
And now we crash. You cut me off, you bitch.
So here on the left is the apron for the visiting aeroplanes, temporary parking. But we are home, guys. We're locals, so we're going into the Aero Club hangar.
Well, if I were, you know, like 1 meter more forward, I would just destroy your empennage with my propeller.
And that is where we park.
I can see at least one plane here right now. That's nice. But not all of them.
Alright, and this is the end of today's flight. We came back to where we started from. See you next time.